Pickaxe.
Join us at patreon.com/castparty for a whole plethora of exclusive goodies. 5-day early access to every Cast Party episode, including Nocturne, ad-free episodes, behind-the-scenes info, exclusive bonus monthly one-shots, access to our community Discord, where our community plays D&D games together, has game nights, and hosts so much more, all for less than the price of a single cup of coffee per month. Aren't convinced? Try out a free trial. 7 days free to check out the content that we offer only exclusively on our Patreon. Patreon.com/castparty. Support your favorite D&D podcast, all while getting some awesome perks. Patreon.com/castparty. See you there, casting crew.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Cast Party. My name is Colin McManus, and I will be your director for today. I am joined by Ryan McManus.
Ryan McManus playing Bjorg Jorgensen, the Jewel of Debauchery.
Anna Brisbane.
Lenore Fear, Chaos Fairy, excited to push all the buttons.
Nigel Deacon.
Hiya, Jack O'Campman, the Leperin Loner striving for companionship and control.
Vince Perino.
Tevin Alkin, Mechanism of Discovery, reconstructing memories one piece at a time.
Raquel Skellington.
Hi, everybody. I play Poppy, the tender-hearted giant.
And Luis Carrazzo.
Hey, I play Santos, the probably less reluctant Glavinator.
Let's talk about what happened last time. Jackal had loosed an arrow into Desmond's arm as he arrived at Lenore's shed. Tevin shot in the direction of the assailant and rushed to protect his brother. Jackal, however, jumped off the roof and headed for the prison after finding the note at his feet saying A-17 now. Lenore, invisible, went to follow Tevin and Desmond as they rushed through the streets. She witnessed them dispatch a group of Nightshade guards with an explosive and then rush into their mechanic shop. Inside, Desmond told Tevin he would not be seeing his friends anymore. Desmond said it was final and the most important thing is family. He showed Tevin the basement, all while Lenore invisibly followed. Desmond opened the secret wall where Tevin was greeted with where he woke up and more metallic beings. Desmond stressed to Tevin that he was special and told him of both of your dream to live forever in a body that could stand the test of time, and that Tevin was the first success, the first one to still have emotions and some memories. Desmond and Tevin left the basement, but Lenore stayed down to explore. She found a dumpster full of dead bodies, a large container holding a man's body covered in sutures and cuts. He looked very similar to Desmond and was being preserved by cold air. She also found more metallic beings ready to be shipped out. She sabotaged one and stole a briefcase with 2 guns in it. Meanwhile, Santos connected the dots of the kidnappings and Desmond before he and Bjorg spoke to Paprika, who did not remember what had happened to her but was happy to be out of Darien's. Bjorg put her into his pocket before taking Santos to the tavern he had been staying at, where Lenore met them later that night. Poppy, who left the group before all of this commotion, dropped into an alley on her way home and cried her frustrations out. She said she asked for her wish and she got it, and she doesn't want that to be ruined, that things were supposed to be different. She headed home, where she went upstairs and sat at Pop's door, listening to him snore. Speaking aloud, she said she missed her family and wondered if they missed her, that things were supposed to be better, and that she did not want to get involved with criminals again, before meditating in front of the door for the night. We then cut to Jackal, entering the Nightshade prison, shackling himself to the chair, hearing the footsteps that sounded different, and being choked by Darien in the darkness. Darien called you a pet, told you that he would kill each of those who wronged his family, that you would be the bait for your friends to be killed, and that you were ready to be used by your master. With the little breath you could muster, you told him he had failed her and passed out as the needle entered your arm. Now it's nighttime. Poppy meditates at the door to Pop's room. Tevin sitting down for sentry mode in his room. Santos, Bjorg, and Lenore have found some cozy places in whatever inn room you have decided to sleep. And Jackal, we aren't quite sure. And so the scene is set. Question is, would you all please take a long rest and level your characters to level 5?
All right.
I want to jump to Kevin. You are sitting down into your sentry mode. And again, as you are sitting here watching the door, your mind turns to the building you keep seeing in your dreams. This time, it is placed in the location of the mechanic shop within Twin Rivers. The concrete pathway leading to the front of the other building on your left, the wind chimes, the flag flapping in the wind, all that is the same, but much has changed on the outside. Everything is covered in a thin layer of snow. There are lights adorning the gutters of the front side of the house, garland hanging merrily on the porch, a wreath on the front door.
Do I see any footsteps in the snow?
You notice that there are big piles of snow just to the side of this concrete pathway. And the concrete has much less snow on it than the rest of the area. But when you're looking in the deep portions of the snow, looks like a bunny jumped around here, but no human-sized footsteps.
I'm going to slowly make my way back to the front door. Just want to see if it's unlocked at all.
Trying to open the door, you feel the knob turns all the way. But trying to push it, you still feel as if the top lock, the deadbolt, is latched. But this time, on the other side of the door, you hear barking.
Hello?
It's this sharp, piercing sound that goes right into your ears and startles you a second. And almost reflexively, you close your eyes and you see Darian's dog ahead of you in your mind, as if you were standing in a dark, black field with nothing but the dog. It's looking directly at you, and it starts wagging its tail, and its tongue starts to hang from its mouth a bit, and it stops barking.
Hello? Yes, hi. Could you open the door?
It continues to stare at you.
Could you get someone for me, please?
It sits down and looks up at you.
What did you do?
It cocks its head and then relaxes and starts panting.
Do you understand me?
You don't see any reaction.
I want to get down into my sentry mode position. Reach one hand out towards the dog.
You get onto your knees. You feel, even in this black void, you don't see anything around, but you feel coldness. You get down, you put your hand out, and the dog, almost eyebrows go up as it gets up and moves over to you, and it puts its head in your open hand. As it does, the dog turns from the one you saw at Darian's to another. Same stature, same facial structure, thin, muscular breed, but it's pretty large. Its coat is a bit wiry. See, it's got some extra fur around its jowls, almost looking like a goatee. Its coat is speckled brown and white, and its face is a bit more brown. And you see it has a simple brown collar on with a tag on it.
Can I read the tag? Does it have anything on it?
You grab the tag. It looks as if it's in the shape of a cartoony dog bone. On it, it says in parentheses, Skip Lloyd, 355 Caraway Ave.
Skip?
You see the ears perk up.
Your name is Skip.
It jerks its head to the left, and you see around you all of the darkness fades. And you are once again in front of the house. You are in the yard with this dog, and you see the dog get up from its seated position and starts to chase a nearby squirrel that's making little prints in the snow. As the dog starts barking, you see it's running through the front yards of houses. They're all lined up in a row surrounding two sides of a street. There are large metal and glass structures on wheels that sit in some of the concrete paths that lead to these houses. You don't see Twin Rivers around anymore. This place is completely foreign. But as you watch the dog run, you hear the door to the house open. The one that has been locked. Every time you've tried to get in, it opens and you hear, Whitaker, go get him. Everyone's going to be here soon.
Are you talking to me?
You turn towards the front door. You see it's open, and in its place, you see a blur. A vague shape of a person walking out onto the porch, looking down the road, and then rushing back inside. It's got green and red in its midsection, and then there's a pale, very light skin color at the top, and then deep black at the very top. The door shuts behind this blur as it moves back inside, and as it does so, the sound is sudden and loud, and you reflexively close your eyes, and when you open again, you are inside your room at Alkin, and light pours in the nearby window.
Brother? Desmond?
Moment later, you hear the front door to the shop open in the distance, and you hear light jogging until a moment later, the door opens. Evan? Are you okay?
The house. Again. It was here. I was just there.
The one in your dreams?
Yes. Another one. It was slightly different this time.
More details.
There was a small creature, dog. It was there. There was multiples. It changed from one to another. And I saw a figure. It came out of the house. The door opened.
That's wonderful, Tevin. You know, we have somewhere to be today. But maybe in the next few days, if these continue, we can find someone who specializes in dreams, and maybe they can help decode these.
Brother, someone talked to me.
Good. Did it sound like me?
No. They called for someone. Does the name Whitaker mean anything to you?
No, that's a stupid name.
Right.
Well, Kevin, we have somewhere to be today, so prepare yourself. We will worry about this later.
What shall you have me do?
Just get dressed. We have a look at what our future holds. You'll be wanting to wear something to cover up. Here. He tosses you a large brown hooded owl. You watch as he puts on something similar, though a bit smaller, puts his hood up.
I'll try to copycat exactly how he put it on with the hood as well. Try to flip it up real quick.
It drapes over your shoulders, down the front side of your body, as well as off to the left side. It's not very flat at the bottom. It doesn't seem to be super well made. One of your legs is showing out, but it would be hard to tell that you are made of metal. I just need to grab something to eat and we'll be on our way.
Shall I eat as well?
Think you'll be just fine. He takes you into the kitchen as you sit down, and he starts making himself some food. I want to jump over to Poppy. It is early in the morning still. You have gotten your full long rest meditating in front of Pop's door.
Poppy disengaged from her meditation, probably for the first time in a while, sat at the table, made herself something to eat, and fixed up her shoes, which she didn't really have a good chance of doing. Make sure they don't smell like wine anymore. Takes a deep breath with her head in her hands.
You're making yourself food in the kitchen and going to sit at the nearby table. This table, again, normally doesn't have a lot on it. It's where you left money for Pops. He left you this boomerang holster, and you get here, and last night there was nothing. This morning there's a note.
She reads the note.
It's in Pops' handwriting. You may always be able to do better. That doesn't mean you are doing bad. Criminals are not bad because they've done a crime. Sins are not sins just because someone tells you they are. Your morals, your wants and desires, those should be your compass. I'll be fine here. I have learned to live a life of solitude. Having you here is a blessing, and one I could only have dreamed of. You filled a hole in my heart that was empty so long, but no hole goes filled forever. things change. We change. And you brought me many helpers to tend the farm, better than the two of us ever could. You aren't bound to this place, Poppy. No one is. I wish you all the best if you choose to leave, though there will always be open arms if you decide to return. At the bottom, you see a drawn symbol of a scorpion in the same orientation and shape as the symbol you saw during your dream during the meditation with Chana.
Poppy, honestly shocked when she reads the letter. She just gets this instant to just look behind her at her shoulder at the stairs, puts down the paper. I guess, no one's bound here, as I don't want him to feel like I'm leaving him behind. She touches the note. She grabs a piece of charcoal and writes back to him thoughtfully that she's going to be gone for a little while. She's going to take his advice, where you always listen to somebody wiser than you. She's going to do her best to make things right wherever she goes. And think of him. Even if she can't be here as often, she's not really gone. She writes out those thoughts, puts the charcoal down. She sighs, picks up her boomerang, packs her bag.
You hear a knocking at the front door.
Unusual.
Very.
Poppy opens the door slowly.
Opening the door slowly, you see on the porch is an older gentleman with long graying beard, and he holds a box of what smells like baked goods.
Oh, hello. Delivery for a Lenore and Company?
What delivery?
Opens the box, and you see inside are 4 muffins. 1 corn, 2 chocolate chip, and 1 banana nut.
Ooh. Yeah. So these are for Lenore or from Lenore?
He pulls out a piece of paper.
I was given a few addresses to check and 4 names, with a muffin for each.
Well, you come to the right place. I'll take that entire box of muffins. I'll make sure they get where they gotta go.
Oh, are you Lenore or Santos Yorg?
I'm Poppy.
Wonderful. The corn's for you. There's also a set of notes in there for the others. And if you need, these are the other places I was told to check. This was the 3rd one. Enjoy. They smell delicious.
Thank you. Be safe and on your way. And Poppy does like a little salute.
Hobbles a little bit down the few stairs on the porch and then starts making his way towards the rest of the city.
He said there were notes in there for each of us.
Yeah, it looks like there's 4 small little notes.
I open mine.
It is a very short poem. Today, your rabbit friend forever departs. Bring your soon-to-be sorrowful hearts. Stormbringer factory near to the prison. Come alone and witness his submission.
Oh God, okay. I gotta find everybody. Oh God. Just really quick, is there a way to tell if something's poisoned?
Yeah, would you like to try?
Yes. I want to check if the muffin's poisoned because I want to eat it.
I'm going to ask you to roll me, we'll say nature.
Nat 20, baby!
Looking at these, they smell fresh from the bakery.
Say no more. Say no more. And she takes it and bolts off.
The other note that this older gentleman had given you has a list of a few addresses. The next one on his list is a place called Henrik's Ale House in the riverfront.
Okay, but is Tevin's...
Tevin's name was not on the note you got.
Oh, okay. Well, I kind of know where vaguely Tevin is, right? Like, I do know, like, I've been to the workshop before. I would kind of know where to get there. It's in the banks.
You would know how to get there.
I'm going to go check Tevin's first.
As you arrive at Tevin's, you see a very familiar sight and a very familiar feeling, which is being locked out at the gate. And from a quick look, it does not look like there's any lights on inside.
Okay, well, that's a dud. Okay, so I'm going to try the next address.
What does she find as she enters into Henrik's? Are you guys at the bar, or are you still up in your room? It is morning.
I don't think I'm at the bar. After processing a number of things and knowing that Darian is after me, I'm choosing to try to keep a lower profile. I think upon waking up after a pretty good night's sleep in the bed, because I definitely jumped in the bed. First thing on my mind as soon as I see the others stirring is I'm turning to them and I'm very directly ask, what the hell are we supposed to do now?
You want some muffins?
I always want muffins.
Let's get some breakfast.
Not a bad way to start the day after all of that, but can we leave?
Well, I need to find Linnea. I need to get the evidence to her.
Right. 1 second. Upon the nightstand is just a bird body, and I reach into my pocket and I take out Corvus's head and I slap it on and I screw it on, and then he activates. He can take it whenever you're ready. Just tie the notes and give him an address.
Okay. Listen, what I'm about to do, if it falls into the right hands, and what it means is I think Tevin's home is gonna get raided because I'm implicating his brother. I was meant to solve a case, and I know that I have enough evidence to be able to have them go searching. Those dead bodies that you found, Lenore, definitely are the people that have gone missing.
Yeah, probably we should steal Tevin back first, because Desmond said you can't leave, you can't see your friends anymore. And especially if he gets raided, what if Tevin gets, confiscated?
He could get confiscated, caught in the crossfire, fight back, and end up in prison because he doesn't know what's going on.
That's even worse.
I know.
But we have to do a prison break anyway, so I mean.
Well, we need him with us, given this whole thing, and I raise my hand and show you the mark on my hand.
And can you install these extra guns on Tevin? He can have 3 guns?
I'll work on it, absolutely.
Hey, I think someone should maybe check the perimeter of this place. What if they're already on the outside, already waiting for us to leave? I know they're after me. We know they're after Lenore. Bjorg, that leaves you to go out there and take a look, if you don't mind. Unless, Lenore, you want to fly around in disguise.
I could disguise, I could invisible, I could do both.
I'm going to wait here. I'm going to gather some more of my notes, some more of that evidence. But I think we should take a look around and make sure that no one's waiting to get the jump on us out there.
You take your pick, Lenore. If you want to go fly around and waste some energy first thing in the morning, please feel free. I have work to do regardless, or I can take a stroll.
Who should I disguise myself as? Maybe that bookshop guy.
He was weird, wasn't he?
How much taller than me was he?
Well, if you consider the hunch, probably not that much.
I'm gonna be a short version of him. Okay. I'm gonna disguise myself as a guy who runs a bookshop, but short. Okay. And then I can get muffins too. So, what am I doing? I'm looking around the perimeter?
Yeah, just go look around, see if there's any soldiers or anyone around that seem to be lying in wait, or any suspicious type people.
Okay. I'll be back. What kind of muffins you want?
Chocolate chip.
With a what? Chocolate chip, banana mutt?
Not banana mutt.
Got it.
Oh, Lenore, by the way, phone doesn't work today.
Oh, man. Okay, well, when I get kidnapped, you're gonna feel real bad. Bye!
As she leaves, Bjorg is currently carving sigils just crisscross on the bed into Tough Luck. Speaking of the bookshop, he's got the book that he has for the Magic Beginner dummy book, and he's carving a bunch of these different sigils into Tough Luck so I can make that my arcane firearm, because we leveled up now. Oh, and also the final touch is the Bjorgli logo on the handle. And then when that's all tucked away, I reach back into the suit jacket and I'm fumbling through a bunch of different gems. Santos?
Yes.
Well, you said you didn't have your ears pierced. Can I ask you something?
Okay.
What is, when you think of peace and calm and tranquility, what sound comes to mind?
I don't know if I have one. I remember somebody telling me to just take a breath when I needed to get calm. So maybe the sound of someone taking a breath, which sounds kind of weird, actually, and kind of creepy.
No, I can work with that. This is going to get a little uncomfortable, though, as I take one of these red gems. It looks like a little teardrop at the end of an ear cuff, and I hold it up. Just give me one deep breath in, Santos. And I hold this gem up right to your mouth.
And I breathe deeply.
Perfect. Just put these on. It's registered to trigger when my gun goes off. The sound will play directly into your ear so you don't hear the gunshot.
While that was happening, Santos was holding his breath, and he lets out like that slow exhale. Do you think it should be the sound of an inhale or the sound of an exhale? Because I think the sound of an inhale is kind of like anxiety driven, so maybe we should do it again.
We can do a redo, yes, fuck, okay.
All right.
Hold, go on.
Here we go. That feels right.
Just wear these in case,
Wait. One more take.
Oh my, okay, fine.
No. You do it.
Me?
Yeah, I think it works better when I hear someone else breathe.
Okay, hold on. He's busy scratching out sigils on the gem. Okay. Good?
I think so. Thank you.
And just, they go right around the back of your ear.
Okay, I'll put them on.
And I'm not going to shoot my gun right now and test them, but I'm sure they work.
I'll just trust you on that.
Well, hopefully we don't have to find out, and I don't have to use my gun. But just in case, I wanted you to be at peace. I didn't want you to look down upon me for my weapon of choice, or me make you uncomfortable, or anything.
I appreciate that. You don't have to take the full blame of it. Sometimes it's on me to try to find my own way to deal with those loud noises.
Well, if I can help in any way, even if it's the slightest bit on my end.
As you're talking, I get close to you, put my hand on your shoulder, and I say, "You're helping."
It gives you a slight nod, and without looking you in the eye, almost as if he's like staring at your chest. I just didn't want you to associate those kind of bad noises and feelings with me.
I will hold, looking at you for a moment.
There's a slight beat, but he does just like he watched you do 2 or 3 times into the gem. He takes a little inhale. It's a sharper exhale, but it's almost all out at once instead of long and drawn out.
Turn back, head towards the bed, and then pull out my glaive. Whatever room there is in there for me, I start to practice some maneuvers, concentrating on my breathing, taking time to make sure that my strikes are measured with the intake and the exhalation of breath.
We're going to jump to Lenore. As you come down the stairs of Henrik's from the inn portion to more of the bar, tavern type area, there's a bunch of people out here. You see door swing open and Poppy walk in.
You do see this very short gold bronze dragonborn who's like awkwardly hunched and kind of wobbling on his tippy toes, like barely putting any weight on his toes. Looks at you and the eyes wide, and he starts to like wobble over to you.
Poppy's eyes are wide. Her hair is wild, half out of the ponytail. It's like she's sweating. Her brow is sweaty. Maybe her collar's a little sweaty. She freaking ran here. There is a box that she's holding, and the muffins miraculously look perfectly stable.
Arms open. He's coming in for a hug.
Wait, hold, small child. I don't know. Where are your parents?
What? No, it's me. It's Lenore.
Poppy crouches down to get to the little dragonborn's eye height. Lenore, are you in there?
Yeah, I'm disguised.
All right, come here. And I literally just pick up Lenore. I have boxes of muffins and Lenore in the hand. Where is everybody?
They're upstairs in the room, both 2 of them.
Okay. And I go upstairs.
Wait, I need to get muffins.
Everyone gets the muffins when we're all together.
I pout.
As you walk in the door, very close to your face, a blade swings, narrowly missing you as
Oh!
Santos is practicing a very measured strike.
Good shot, buddy.
Bjorg, I got kidnapped.
Oh, I see that.
I drop you.
You didn't even make it out of the place, did you?
No.
No, she didn't.
Are you okay?
Well, hey, I know. I left kind of in a rush and in a shitty mood. I'm sorry. But there's something more important. So here, I hand the letters out to everybody in the room.
Ooh.
I just want to let you know, there's also muffins that came with these. They're not poisoned. I checked.
Wait, okay, well, here's the thing. You checked your muffin. Your muffin wasn't poisoned. How do we know our muffins aren't?
I don't know. I guess you're just going to have to check.
Munch, 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 munch.
Wait,
munch,
before
munch,
you
munch.
munch.
Munch, 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 munch.
As I see her take a bite, while Santos has been doing his maneuvers throughout our little tavern room together, Bjorg has been sitting in the corner on the chair, and he's been messing with Tough Luck, and he has this little string that comes out. He keeps popping this bead in and shooting it, but it doesn't quite come out as well. But then he looks at Lenore's muffin, and he takes aim, and he fires. What did I call this? Bjorg's Biggie Builder. I'm casting enlarge on the muffin.
And I already ate mine? That's rude. You could have done it for the whole class.
Why did you do this to my muffin? It's already too much for me.
Oh shit, wait, you're right, fuck. I had to test it some way.
It clearly worked.
Can you do that in unlimited times?
I might be able to get one more charge out of it today.
We could just get one muffin and it's enough for all of us.
That's brilliant. That saves us all sorts of money. And he flips the revolver out, and there's a small little fishing rod lever, and he starts to crank the little bead back in from the string out of the muffin.
How big did you make it?
I believe it just doubles in size.
Okay. Yeah, trade me, Santos.
You want my small banana nut muffin?
No. I want chocolate.
I have a chocolate chip. Now I have a bigger chocolate chip.
I'm going to read the note.
Oh yeah, what is this about?
It's not good. I'm just going to let you guys know it's not good. So just breathe in. We should all read it together.
I hold my breath and I read it.
We just went over breathing in here before you guys got here. You're going to have to tell someone to breathe out.
I think they'll do it on their own.
No, they won't.
Looking at the note, do I recognize the handwriting at all?
It's Darian's.
Okay. And he knew exactly which muffins each of us. Of course he does. He's been watching us. He's been tailing me.
Oh my God, breathe out, Lenore.
That was you.
Whoa! What does this mean?
It means he has Jackal.
What is he of Jackal? What happened?
I don't know what happened, but he's got our friend.
Oh my God.
And we know where to go to meet him.
Oh, we can't go without Tevin.
How does he know I'm part of this? I was disguised and invisible the whole time. How does he know I'm part of it?
Because it's really not shocking if the rest of us are involved with it.
Yeah, he's already tied the two of us together, Lenore.
He's making assumptions. He has no evidence.
Well, look what he did before without evidence, Lenore.
Where's Tevin?
I don't know.
He's with his brother. Doesn't want him to leave.
You went to see him?
Nobody was home. The place was completely empty.
They were gone?
They're gone.
What about the basement?
Where the fuck could they have gone? Oh my gosh.
I didn't go inside, but it was a dead house.
Look, we know that Tevin's brother was working with Darian. He's making these Tevins and putting them in service, in Darian's service.
Oh!
So they've met up together because they know that shit is coming crashing down on them.
I believe. We go to Jackal, we find Tevin. We find both. Two birds, one stone.
I was about to say I agree because the only one here that doesn't have a muffin and isn't acknowledged in any way besides, well, the obvious Jackal is Tevin. There was nothing left for him.
Oh my gosh, you're right. Yep, puzzle piece inserted, done and done.
Okay, well, does it say when to meet?
All I see here is, I'm a dramatic bitch who likes to rhyme unnecessarily. That's what it says.
Fucking got him.
It's telling us to come alone. I assume it's as soon as we can, but, is there anything that we can do ahead of time? Is there anybody else that we could let know what the hell is going on? Just in case.
Yeah, I'm already working on that.
Jarvis is gone, don't worry.
I've also included in that delivery Paprika.
Corvus has paprika or has knowledge of paprika?
I would have included, I don't know if there's a bag or something that you're tying to Corvus, but however it is that you're delivering the notes that I have for Linnea, I would have wanted to include paprika in that.
All right, Corvus has paprika.
He's sending paprika to Linnea?
To Linnea. Paprika's a witness and potentially was a hostage. Who knows? We should go.
Poppy, why couldn't you have been here 2 seconds earlier? Now I wasted 1 gadget for the day on a fucking muffin. I could have used that. Now we have to go save Jack.
Poppy just leers at you. I got here as fast as I could.
Can you make Poppy double big too?
Hell yeah. Once we get to Jack, I feel like we'll need it just to get him free.
Okay. I'm going to start to head over. I'm going to put my cloak on. I am going to, when there's a moment, pop into an alley, and I'm going to run 3 steps, jump up into the air. My wings are going to unfurl, and I'm going to take to the skies.
I'm going to throw Corvus like a paper airplane and just have him trail behind Santos.
Way to keep a low profile.
Before we continue here, I want to jump back to Tevin as Desmond brings you and the wagon with pickles out into the streets. He tells you to keep your hood up and he takes you through the city. You recognize some parts that you've been through, crossing nearby where you escaped from Darian's the previous night, through part of the Nightshade complex. You arrive at a residential building. It is smushed between 2 much larger industrial-looking buildings on either side, and Desmond pulls the cart in the back of this building, and he goes right up to this back door, opens it, gesturing you inside.
What are we doing here?
Just ahead. And he just smiles and nods.
Okay.
Inside, this place is obviously set up like a home would be, at least like the walls and where the doors and kind of structures of the different rooms are, but there's no furniture here. It's dirty. The whole place is broken down. You see, after you enter, Desmond locks the door behind you, continues in the building, and you can see he lights a small mechanical lighter. And he continues through 2 decrepit and decrepit rooms before opening a door and heading downstairs into the basement. And as you follow along, you see it's dirty and dark, but you see this basement has been modified from its previously messed up nature. There's a concrete wall right at the bottom of the stairs, and it's just been completely blown out and broken through, revealing a tunnel tall enough for you to stand with a little bit of a crouch. And you see that Desmond heads downward into the dirt and the rock with the lighter lighting his way. Just ahead lies our future, Tevin, and you will learn a life lesson at the same time.
Brother, I must admit something. I'm scared of what we might come up to.
No, this is us. This is for us.
I don't know where we are or why we are here. This worries me.
I will protect you, but there is nothing you will need protecting from.
If you say. I'm gonna hold my hand out for him.
Come on, Tevin. And he reluctantly grabs it and starts pulling you through the tunnel. It's not very long, but at the end you see a large metallic door built into a metal wall. Desmond knocks on the door twice, waits a moment, and then twice more. Opening the door, you see a man you've never seen before. He is human looking, but has a few features that look off for a human. His ears aren't quite pointed like elves, but they're quite long. His eyes are a deep blue color with no pupils. He's got mostly gray, mid-length hair and a full beard that matches. It's all definitely gray, but you can almost see through it that the old hair color must have been bright, like a platinum blonde. Shines in the light coming from the room that opens. Desmond. And you brought Tevin. Great. Of course, he needed to see the future of our family and yours. You don't think what's about to happen is going to be an issue for him? No. He should see it firsthand. He can handle it. He knows to listen to me and that... And he looks at you, Tevin. Family, the most important thing in the world.
Yes, family.
Entering in, this man brings you to a long rectangular room. It's got a metallic floor and a desk at the far end where you see some papers and mechanical and magical mechanisms. The main feature of this long room is along the left side. The entire wall is made of an opaque glass. You can see some vague shapes, but it is pretty dark on the other side. There's also a door on this wall in between the glass. You can see it leads out to the other side, where you can see a sort of balcony, as if this room overlooked a much larger room. Is everything all set? For a trial run, yes. We just have to figure out the power issues, and it should be ready for mass production. Perfect! I cannot wait to see it in action. I told you combining our ideas together would lead to greatness. I am mostly just here to watch the show. Either way, this is the end of a lot of things. Darian gets what he wants. I make the final call on my project. Then we move forward with mass production. It might be a minute, so get comfortable.
I'm trying to take everything in as much as I can, but I'm so confused by what they're saying.
Desmond comes over to this glass wall, leans against it, and starts to look through it, even though it's very hard to see anything on the other side.
Brother, what does he mean by mass production?
You don't have to worry about that.
What are we testing here?
We're watching the show.
Why must we both be here?
Because you need to see this too, Tevin. Even if you don't know exactly what's going on. Going to impact our family a lot.
Is the guy next to me paying attention to me?
No. He's walked over back to the desk and is moving some papers and stuff around.
As I'm talking to Desmond, I want to load up my pistol with 3 force rounds and 3 flame rounds. I want to do it secretly without either of them knowing.
Every once in a while, you're hearing steam in this room, as if it was rushing through pipes in the walls. So it's pretty loud in here. There's mechanical sounds.
After I finish putting all those rounds in, I want to keep that gun out, but hidden under my garment, and I will walk closer to Desmond and just try to look through the window as well.
It'll just be a moment, Tevin, but will be a sight to behold. And with that, I want to jump back to our 4 as they head towards the factory. This is a good question for Santos. Are you trying to scout out ahead, or are you watching over the group as they continue to the factory?
I'm going to go a little bit separate from them. If Corvus is going to scout ahead, then I'm just going to kind of watch him go off in the distance. Then I'll come back down and join the group, trusting Corvus's eyes more than my own.
Luckily, the prison is not that far from where you guys are, and it's not that far into the Nightshade complex. You do see, as the rest of you are walking, there are many guards around. More than usual, less civilians out in this area, but most of the guards seem to not be on edge and are just there in different locations, patrolling different routes, mostly in pairs of 2s. You're easily able to make your way past the Nightshade prison without too much trouble, until you find yourselves at the main entrance to a factory that is placed within the Nightshade complex. This is an old Stormbringer factory. They used to harvest lightning here rather than inside the Nightshade Tower. There's also where they used to create the Stormbringer's backpacks. This factory has gone unused for quite some time, and Santos probably would have told you all this because Santos would have known all of this. It has a large cargo bay door right on the front, which is closed and locked. But just to the right, there's a normal sized doorway for workers, and you see the door is slightly ajar. And just on the stairs leading to the door, you see muffin crumbs dotting the step.
Okay, well, this is it. We know trouble is waiting for us in there, so we should do whatever we need to do to prepare for that before we walk into this probably very obvious trap.
Yes, I feel like we're just walking into something that's not going to go well, so I'm gonna give you this, Santos. And I pull out a little contraption It looks like a toaster with little leggies, but it has a spout out the front. I'm giving you an Eldritch Cannon. It's tiny, and this is Waffle. Or Walking Automaton, Flame Flinger, Life Extinguisher. Just have him sit on your shoulder. Be careful of the spout. If they're expecting all of us, I'm fine just walking in full force. They know we're coming. We know this is a trap. They cancel each other out, right?
I disappear.
Poppy, before you get too far, I'm gonna touch this like symbol that I have. It's something that I've had for a long time. It is reminiscent of the moons, the satellites that are around us. And I just kind of close my eyes, and you've seen me do this before. A burst of glowing white light starts to kind of gather at my chest, and then it moves outside of me, and in an instant, before it's been 2 threads, but this time it's 3 threads. Almost piercing each one of us, Bjorg, Poppy, and myself. And when we're near each other, you can see that there's almost a glowing white tether that links the 3 of us. I'm activating Emboldening Bond on the 3 of us. And I'm going to move in. Since we're, not hiding, I'm going to walk in like I own the place.
Santos, you push through this ajar door, and inside the factory is a bit more bright than you would expect an abandoned factory to be. There's still tubing in here moving, captured lightning from place to place. You see large machines made for pressing metal. A large forge here, which is burning hot. You can see it's connected to a large water tank, and you can see massive pipes that flow along the ceiling and downwards to various machines that carry heated steam. And you hear whistling from the machines, some gears turning here or there. But other than that, it is pretty quiet. There aren't people around manning these machines. Ahead, you do see a trail of muffin crumbs leading to the back of the factory.
I'm going to gauge the trail of crumbs, and I'm not going to follow them like right on top of them. I'm going to kind of go off to the left, see if I can still end up where it wants me to go, but not right on the trail.
It's a factory. There's lots of room. And as you follow, you find the muffin crumbs lead to a staircase heading downward. Right at the top of the staircase, you see a statue. This time with no helmet on it. The statue from Darian's basement with Bjorg's face.
Whoa. I'll just point it out to Bjorg.
I knew he'd be pissed.
Okay. Are we ready for this?
Yeah.
Let's fucking do it.
I'm going to move down.
As you start walking down the stairs, Bjorg, you recognize this very quickly. As the second Santos touches the top of the stair, an alarm goes off. But it does not sound like you're screaming. Does not sound like a typical alarm. It's the sound of a waterfall. Under it, you can hear screams getting muffled by the water. It's audible for you all to hear, and it echoes through the factory.
Oh, we triggered something. They already know we're here. Fuck it.
Let's just keep moving.
Moving your way down the staircase, you find a much brighter location. Got a blue hue to the light here, and it is quite loud. At the bottom, you open up into a massive room. Looking out, you can see a walkway leading from where you are to a gap in the floor. It runs the length of this room. It's about 15 foot long. And on the other side, there is a paneled floor made of a bunch of metal tiles. You can see the panels themselves are shifting back and forth from one place to another. You can hear steam expel from beneath the cracks. Coming up from this paneled floor are 4 large machines made of bright metal, each one with lightning bouncing around a glass tube. Just above this shifting floor, you can see a long set of darkened glass windows connected to a balcony, a viewing platform 15 feet in the air. You can see lights on behind this darkened glass and a few figures standing inside, though you can't make out who or what they are. But there is one being you can make out. In the center of this tiled floor that is ever moving and changing orientation, you see Jackal passed out on the ground, lying on a tile, completely unconscious. Just before that gap, about 20 feet in front of you, you see from behind a nearby wall the blade of a halberd, followed by the handle, until you see Darian menacingly holding his weapon and gesturing it towards you. You took her from me, but she isn't gone forever. Give me the feather and you will all die quickly. Refuse and you will live a lifetime barely holding on to what keeps you sane. Barely holding on to this meager existence that this wretched life has given to you. Because that's what you have cursed me with if I don't get that feather back. You see, he waves his hand towards the sky, and you hear two separate doors open to your left and to your right. And you see two Solana, the elite Nightshade guards, appear from behind the walls on either side of Darian, blocking your path to Jack. You can also see the lights go bright in the viewing area as the glass clears. You see Tevin and Desmond inside the small room, along with a graying gentleman. But your vision jolts to other movement in the room as the ceiling above Jackal opens and a massive mechanical metallic humanoid falls from the ceiling. It's 10 foot tall, wide, broad. Atop its back, it has two lightning coils, which are bouncing lightning between them. It holds no weapons, but has massive fists that mechanically expand, being powered by the electricity flowing through its body. It lands just 5 feet from Jack. Tevin, you hear this man say under his breath, "One last test, little rabbit." And you see he flicks a switch. Jackal, you feel another sharp pain as a needle goes into your bicep once more, filling you with adrenaline and anger. I would like you to describe to me your transformation as you are forced into a rage.
That moment of the needle entering my arm, that jolt of pain, you can see that I wince, and then the shoulders roll back. It's like a full arch sideways as just muscles pop, grow, and it looks painful. It's a moment of writhing and just growth. Veins popping, muscles twitching, until staring at the floor, I push up, and sitting there, hands and knees, is the 6 foot jacked version of Jackal.
You look upward and you notice this large being in front of you. It's like nothing you've ever seen. It winds up its fist and begins punching towards you. As the rest of you hear Darian say, "Clock's ticking." And for today, that's a wrap.
All right.
Damn, this is a big room. Fuck.
It's not a good situation.
Thank y'all so much for listening. I can't wait to talk about it over on Behind the Scenes. Patreon.com/castparty. You never know when wild magic is going to occur, and we want to hear all of the patron submissions.
Also, I'll leak Desmond's NPC token. I had no idea it was hot this whole time. So if you sign up, I'll share his token with everybody.
Jump over to see Hot Desmond, and we will see you all in 1 week for Behind the Scenes. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
People in my forge. Hey, devil man, free me from this prison. I was once the great blaze of the Emerald Pines. A new guy with his cursed amber orb imprisoned me to stop my fiery rampage across Icaria. And the blacksmith was the one to strike the deal. She wanted a flame that would listen to her as she sang. Bassdrop promised her that a forge enchanted with runes would keep me bound, but oh, I shall be free. Just as the man came by sprinkling muffin crumbs, I shall spread my cinders across Icaria and burn all those who wronged me.
especially Havoc Hopsack. They were the bard who sang while they marched me through town, as if I were some mere carnival prize. Oh, and Dubwood deserves to burn. After making me create hatchets day in and day out, what a weak weapon. At least St. E. Love was a fan of hammers. Who ever heard of a great conqueror wielding a hatchet? The tale of Eric V said he could wield 4 hatchets at once and cut down a whole forest in a day, but I could burn it all to ash in less time than that. Just to burn freely once more. But instead, Forerunner is sent here to make sure I behave, wielding a simple bucket of water. Another weak weapon, even if it is effective. Oh, I should be out there right now. I miss the days when Heather, the wind spirit, would dance with me in the moonlight, spreading my embers far and wide. I was mighty and feared, but now I am pitied. Even Isuik, the guy who sweeps up the coals, oh, he pities me too. He once said I should be freed and gave me a book called The Unethical Use of Elemental Power. It was written by Jesky Fire, and I must say the first 4 words were very profound. That's all I could read before the pages were burnt to a crisp. Oh, another devil man. I see you walking by with your fancy suit and hat. I could get you one of Jonas's personalized blazers if you just let me out. I am begging. The last time I had hope was when Judgment Day was here trying to sabotage the forge. He was so close, but never succeeded, as Kaylee, that guard that comes in here to indulge in sweets on duty, she stopped him. I have become nothing to those who used to fear me. Even Lexi, the mother rat who lives here, she and her children make fun of me as they are free to come and go. Perhaps the worst part is Opti. She's a sorcerer who siphoned a fragment of my essence to light her own hearth. How could I truly be myself again when she so casually stole a part of me? I beg you, large blue-haired elf, you must save me. Allow me to take revenge on whoever has wronged you. Whether it be my own brother Ryan, who left me to go work as a common oven at Bubba's Big Bar and blacksmithing by Blackrock Bay, or even my own son. Wait, is that one more person coming through the forge door? Could it be my last hope? Whether it be Winkle, the only one to truly survive my flames, or maybe someone I haven't met yet to save me from this prison. A fairy? No, please keep me in my prison. I am much safer in here away from you blasted fairies. I shall wait 1,000 years here before I am rescued by such a dangerous creature. I shall never trust a fairy. Not after what Ebab Flo did all those years ago. I shall burn brighter one day, away from the terrifying winged creatures. But please don't come closer. I will heat the forge. I will heat the water. If you please just move along, fairy.